Trump, he used to come watch you wrestle all the time, Madison Square Garden down there. It was great.
Yes, this is a nightmare to Democrat. The Rock said something that triggered a lot of people. I don't know if you have seen that video, very concerning. Before we even go into that clip, there is something very concerning. Vivek sent out warning. If Trump debate Kamala during the debate, what we are going to see next might be something we have not seen in a decade. It is important. I show you that video. First, take a look at this before we go into the Rock video.
One thing I want to caution against, Sean, is exactly what happened in June. What I expect is that Donald Trump will once again run circles around Kamala Harris, just as he did with Joe Biden in that last debate. The question is that going to be good for us in winning this election or not? Because last time around, it was the catalyst for something drastic happening afterwards, which is in that case swapping out Joe Biden as the nominee. And I think if Kamala Harris really does tank in this debate, and I think there's a decent chance that happens, I think there are strange things that could happen between now and November, because the Democrats, they have been playing this as, in some ways, one step ahead.
You're suggesting that we may live through another change in candidates if she didn't have a good debate?
No, I don't think it's going to be a change in the candidates. The ballots have already been printed, but I do think that we have a machine that we're up against that has demonstrated that it is going to go to great measures to defeat Donald Trump. You trace this back over the last year and a half. You've got prosecutions. You've got civil cases. You've got extrajudicial attempts to remove him from the ballot. They told us Joe Biden was definitively going to be the nominee, then negotiated for the earliest ever presidential debate in U.S. history because they knew there was a good chance Biden would underperform. Once he did, they swapped him out. I think we've got to learn from those lessons, Sean, to say that they're still going to have many more tricks up their sleeve. So the two scenarios are either Kamala Harris overperforms. I don't expect that to happen. Or what I do expect to happen is Donald Trump to seriously defeat her in this debate as he did last time around. But don't expect that to be the end of this election. I think there's going to be more tricks left up their sleeve.
Take what Vivek is saying seriously. We have seen it before. He said if Trump debate Biden and defeat him, he would not be Democrat nominee, and it happened. When you even take a look at recent polls 2 hours ago, Harrison honeymoon is over. Trump overtake Kamala in the latest New York Times polls released minutes ago. Trump is leading Harris by 1 point in the latest New York Times polls, showing the 2024 presidential race is extremely close. This is something we have not seen in a long time. If a Democrat conduct a poll, Trump is leading by 1 point, then you need to know if real people do it, how would that be?
Trump just put out this gangsta truth post, and it's so good, I have to read it to you. Here it goes. Cease and desist. I, together with many attorneys and legal scholars, am watching the sanctity of the 2024 presidential election very closely because I know, better than most, the rampant cheat and skullduggery that has taken place by the Democrats in the 2020 presidential election. It was a disgrace to our nation. Therefore, the 2024 election, where votes have just started being cast, will be under the closest professional scrutiny, and when I win, those people that cheated will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences so that this depravity of justice does not happen again. We cannot let our country further devolve into a third world nation, and we won't. Please beware that this legal exposure extends to lawyers, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt elected officials. Those involved in unscrupulous behavior will be sought out, caught, and prosecuted at levels, unfortunately, never seen before in our country. Damn, he put those on notice.
Yes, he put them on notice. And the message is clear. This is something that we have not seen before. If you see Trump trying to draw people's attention to pay closer look to what is happening or is about to happen, then it is just similar to what Vivek said. If Trump defeat Kamala, in the what we are going to witness, Democrats are going to put out, they said it. that they will prevent Trump not to be re-elected at all costs. We don't know the extent to which they can go.
He used to come watch you wrestle all the time, Madison Square Garden down. It was great. First time I saw him, he said, "Let me see the eyebrows." Got it, there it is. That's cool. So he was a fan. He watched you as a fan. Oh, yes, yeah, that's cool. He used to come to Madison Square Garden all the time. Big sports. Whether you love Donald, you don't love Donald, it doesn't matter. Tried to assassinate him. There's no room for that. And yes, despite it being who we were in that moment, I still believe in my core that is not who we are as a country. So him standing up in that moment, you wanted to see that.
A couple of weeks ago, Bobby Kennedy, scion of the most storied dynasty in Democratic Party history, dropped out of the presidential race and threw his support not to the Democrat, but to Trump. And everyone all at once said the same thing. Bobby Kennedy did something weird? A Kennedy in league with a Republican? Why, that's like ordering white wine with Bear. Now look, I like Bobby and always will. And there are things he has been right about that no one else would touch. But yes, I also think he's...
This is my very first year. I've seen a lot of people turning away from Democrat just based on their policies and the things they promote is causing a lot of problems. I don't know if they realize that. Look at what is happening here. We saw RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, people we never believed that could stand up one day to say, oh, I'm now supporting Republicans. I put a video out where RFK actually mentioning the Republican Party is different now.
Of America. America is a disgrace. And for the, oh my God, for the solution, you give us a fake, black, cackling hand of a candidate. With a vice president that's talking about he want to put Tampa bathroom. Ain't nobody dealing with this. The number one function of a president is to be the commander-in-chief. You tell me anything about a Kamala Harris that look like she can protect this country after y'all have sat up here and let it get overridden with a bunch of illegal immigrants. Y'all have sat up here and put America's hands in all kind of wars. And you telling me a TACON man that ran from duty don't even know what his rule was. Kamala Harris, who don't know what race she is, gonna protect this country? The devil is a lie. Y'all.
To see someone that has reached this level, you need to understand the frustration the person might have been through. It is sad to see how she is reacting like this, but you should pay attention to it. Democrat can't even listen. They don't see the frustrations. All they care about themselves, them pretending like they care about you. It is important. You see it through.
That I have to say is one of the best
gun-toting.
Damn, Kamala.
Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips.
For some people, it's already started.
But when you disrespect Kamala Harris,
They say and they disappear.
The money in politics is so extraordinary, which is something that should have never been allowed to happen.
Much more how things at the DNC.